OJ podcast. I'm Olivia, that's Jamie, and today we are talking about the Monza GP. Well, Monza GP. We're talking about Monza, or the Italian GP. I kind of mashed them, but that's okay.
And some people call it the Monza GP, some people call it the Italian GP. I've used both hashtags in all of our TikToks, so...
So it's there. Follow us on TikTok at OJ Pod. Whatever one it is.
Slight plug. I don't remember what it is.
It's one of the two I just said. We're good.
Okay. I have all the notes.
All right.
I just have to pull it up.
No worries. While we wait for Jamie to pull it up, I had a fun weekend. It was a bit chaotic. It was fast. Had a lot of free time.
Well, it was the fastest race in F1 history.
Yeah. I know. It was really fast. It's kind of sad, but simultaneously okay with it.
Yeah. I didn't even realize it went that quickly.
Well, there was some, I'd say the beginning of the race and the end of the race were super duper entertaining.
There was some dead spots.
Dead.
There was definitely some dead spots.
So, I think part of it has to do with the track and the lack of tire dead.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much, pit stop strategy, because it's so hard to even undercut. But, I mean, it was pretty fun. I did enjoy the beginning and end of this race. Had a good weekend.
I definitely think I think it's also the Dutch Grand Prix was so chaotic the entire weekend. It was oh my god. This weekend just, even my notes will show it. This weekend was a lot, slower, more normal of a weekend.
We don't want normal, though, as a podcast team. We want drama.
True.
Give us the drama.
We did get some drama, though.
We did get some drama, which I'm sure we'll talk about. Jamie and I had, I wouldn't even call it, a texting debate. We were just kind of discussing a lot of what happened.
And,
it's not like we have different opinions, but, we view it a different way, but, we don't. I don't know.
But also, I've kind of calmed down after it being a day and seeing the interviews afterwards and stuff, so...
You obviously know what we're referencing, but we need to keep you watching.
Yeah. Some of the internet is kind of crazy. That's more of the problem.
Oh, that's insane. The internet has no Okay, to get lightly into this, just so we don't forget about it, the internet making it, McLaren always screws over this driver. I don't think that's the case at all. I just think McLaren makes some poor decisions sometimes.
Yeah, literally.
And I actually agree. Here's another thing. I actually agree with their decision, but, I get why you wouldn't agree with it. I see both sides pretty comfortably. It's a weird situation. But, that doesn't mean McLaren's favoring a driver. I think they're happy. I think
they're fine. They are fine.
I think they're fine. And everyone needs to calm down. Because, Jamie and I are why are they so angry? It's not that big of a deal. It's really not. It could be.
It switches up, I will say, it switches up every single race, who is getting favored. Just saying.
I would say it's in front for the majority of the race.
Yep.
We're very clear on it.
The internet can't decide.
It's not favoritism. Well, it's because people don't have critical thinking skills. I said it.
Wow.
Am I wrong there, Jamie?
No. Anyways, let's get into free practice 1. Or just the practices in general. Because there's...
I may have forgotten the practices were happening, and then I didn't watch the things because there was no highlight reels even on my reels page or anything.
That's because nothing happened.
Perfect. Okay, I didn't miss anything.
Nothing.
I saw who was fast. I saw Ferrari started out fast, and then it was
yeah.
It all went downhill from free practice.
So in free practice 1, we had Paul Aaron driving Franco Colapinto's car. He's usually been driving the Sauber, but this time as a reserve driver for Alpine, he drove the Alpine. And then we had Alex Dunn in Oscar's car this time for McLaren.
Yeah. Which, as people should know, they're required to... Each driver is required to give up, one practice per season. So it isn't anything weird.
No.
It's part of the rules. So we're just going to make sure people know that before people start freaking out.
And Alex has now been in both Oscar and Lando's car. They switched him.
He did not crash either.
No, he did not. Because I didn't know Alex was ever going to do another, like, free practice, I was thinking that Pato was going to be in Oscar's car for Mexico, but now I'm curious who they're going to, that means they're probably going to do another test with some other driver at some point, too. Maybe Alex again.
They might do Pato still in Mexico.
They're going to still do Pato in Mexico, but that means that's, like, 3 times, and we know McLaren loves being fair, so that means they need a 4th time. They do need a 4th time.
Okay.
I'm
banking on, it wouldn't be Vegas, it wouldn't be Abu Dhabi, it wouldn't be Brazil, because those are all tracks where you can crash. Maybe next weekend.
I don't know. Yeah, at some point I have a feeling Alex will be back in the car.
Oh.
But we'll see. For free practice 1, just because it was, like, the first practice of the weekend, a lot of drivers were skipping the chicane, just going straight instead of going around. But that's because they didn't know when to brake yet.
That's me core in the F1 game. We actually do this track quite a bit in the F1 game when we play, because it's one where it's not really that easy to crash.
Yeah.
But I crash every time anyway, so I'm really bad at the F1 game.
Once you get past that first lap, you're fine.
Oh, it's the first lap. Every time.
I can't do it.
Unless you get disqualified, which does happen because track limits are hard to stay on. But I get Kimmy and Pierre at my very core. I can't do it for 5. Imagine for 7, see?
Yeah. They hit upwards of 215 miles per hour going into that first turn. Yep, fastest all season, which Monza is just known for being a fast track. Yeah. And obviously we've been breaking so many fastest records all weekend. Yeah.
They were zoomy.
Yeah, they were. Paul spun around in the chicane. That just kind of happens. Once again, lots of people going wide. George lost all power in his car.
I saw
and had to pull over.
The beep.
Yes.
Because George is a diva and needs to hook a ride up with the safety car driver.
Yep.
I love George. Somebody tried to make, okay, this is kind of a side tangent, but somebody, you know how George is always walking in front of people? Someone tried to make one this weekend, because he does it every weekend, but this one was not a real one. They lied to me. And I was like, you're faking this. The meme has to happen naturally. You can't just put it into the universe if it's not there. You're wrong. He didn't. He just walked behind people that he was already behind.
Yeah.
Like, that's not George Camera.
Walking in front of without, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. So he did not keep his streak up this weekend, unfortunately. My favorite one's the umbrella one with Kimmy.
That one's good.
And the car one with
Ross. Yeah. Those ones are good. But yeah, lost all power. He was fine after that. He was right back in free practice 2, which we're going right into because nothing else happens.
The free practices will go by very quickly.
Yeah. So, fun thing though, Ferrari was using last year's, I think, back wing. I didn't specify, so I gotta remember. They were using last year's back wing, and they were shaving it down based off of the data and stuff. To go...
for the data.
Yeah. To go based off of what they needed. But yeah, it was last year's. Oh, this confused me so much because of the commentators. But, so, Oscar reported that his right mirror was cracked. And then, later on, Lando goes, my mirror's gone. But the commentators were acting like Lando was the one with the cracked mirror. And I was like, no, wasn't that Oscar's voice? That was Oscar. Like, am I going crazy? I thought I was going crazy. I was not. They both had mirror problems.
They're wrong. Staring in their mirror. Figure it out. It's not rocket science.
And that's not the... There was so many mirror problems for some reason over the weekend. They could not handle the speed. McLaren, I think this goes throughout the whole weekend. McLaren was just carrying too much drag.
Well, they're built more for tourney tracks.
Yeah.
Not a tourney track.
No. And Kimi spun out and beached in the same place that he crashed George's car last year.
He's gonna have to take himself out if he hurts George's car again.
He did not crash, though. He just beached himself.
He just went spinny.
Yep. He just beached himself. But it was really funny that it was the same exact turn where he crashed George's car, and George had to stand there going, my car.
How am I supposed to practice now?
Yeah. Oscar was Oscar was complaining about his seat being a little too warm. I think because, like, the floor hitting the ground, he could feel it, so he was, like, asking for extra stuff. Because he was a little toasty. He was a little toasty. Lando, like, lost the rear of, his car and almost spun. He almost did, but he saved himself.
We can't play Alvin and the Chipmunks again.
No. And that's pretty much it. And then FP3, I have 2 notes. They thought Charles was gonna crash like 2020 again. And Max and a Haas fighting for track position for no reason, because it was practice. No reason. But it's Max, he's not gonna back down, and I think it was Esteban, and Esteban's not gonna back down either. So...
They're 2 of the more stubborn. Well, they're all pretty stubborn, but they're both 2 pretty stubborn ones.
They're very stubborn ones. So, those were practices. Nothing much happened. I was mainly doing other things while they were happening, so... But then...
I was working, and then didn't go back to watch them, and I forgot about the YouTube highlights, so I saw, I guess, the Kimi Beach, I saw on my Instagram, and I saw whatever we were discussing earlier. Jamie texted me about the mirrors. There was something else we were talking about earlier.
I think George.
I don't remember. George, yes, because I see everything George related. But other than that...
I can't say anything about that because I see everything Oscar related.
And I see significantly less of George everything than Jamie sees of everything Oscar.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
I just like Oscar, okay? He's great.
I know you do. My dad, I think, made it his mission, though, to complain about Oscar during the races. He's just like, Jamie can like whoever she wants, but I don't like it, and I want her to lose. He's rooting for your downfall.
Wow.
I know.
He's turning into Annika.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they get along, actually. I think quite well.
Both of them. Well, Annika purposely hates Oscar because I like him so much.
She said she actually just hates him when I was talking to her, like, a few weeks ago.
Well, on the quiz, she got Oscar, so...
Did she?
Yeah.
How did I get Lando?
I don't know! You and Kylie are the only ones.
Really?
Yeah. Well...
I guess Kylie and I are kind of similar.
Dre and Kevin didn't respond. I think Kevin would get, Lando too. I still need to make that one where it's all the drivers.
Oh, that'd be so fun. You could actually, like, post a link to it and everything, too, and just have it be a thing.
Yeah. But Quali.
So if you're interested in that, leave a comment.
Yes. Quali.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back through our text messages?
I can. I have no problem doing that.
Like, I have my notes, but also I don't know what you got excited about or what you thought was important.
Yeah. I'll go back. It's gonna take a hot second. Just start.
So Q1. There was still...
You told me that yesterday.
I know. But we know what happened last night. Q...
I woke up to 27 missed text from Jamie. Just from Jamie. I had a few messages from other people too. 27 from Jamie. And only Jamie. We were the only two in that chat. In fairness, I did fall asleep while texting her last night. So I left her like mid-conversation. And then she sent me TikToks. But still, that's quite a bit. And it's also okay, because I find it fun to like wake up and respond to people. I have no problem with that. But also 27, I think I texted her Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you did.
I just went for it.
But anyways, a lot of the drivers were still going wide, but once again, it's the kind of track that it is. And then I literally don't have notes until the next time they go out, where Esteban was really upset that he was the first one out, because that meant he couldn't get a slipstream.
I
Like,
went all the way back to Tuesday, because I was blindly scrolling.
how did you get that far? Damn! I'm a little shocked.
Only went like this. I went so far.
But yeah, Esteban did not want to be the first one out, so he didn't get a tow. And he was a little upset over that. But also, if you don't go out in time, then you're last, and you could potentially not even get over the line. There's so much to it.
Alright, are we still in Q1?
Yes.
I was too busy trying to scroll. Okay.
Yes.
To start, before we even got into Q1, I was talking about how people on our TikTok were mean to me about my love for George, and it made me very sad.
Yeah.
So, instead of loving Fernando, let's switch our love to George. Come on, guys. Let me have this.
Yeah.
Jamie and I both put all our bets into Ferrari this week.
Oh my god, Ferrari was a disappointment.
Ferrari, this is an end of podcast thing to talk about, because I think we should update the podcast people on our fantasy team.
Oh yeah.
But I did horrific this weekend. It's so bad, guys. Let's see. So to start, Mercedes started both Kimi and George on mediums. I don't know if you talked about that, because I wasn't really listening. Yeah, so they started them both on mediums. And George started out on top with mediums, a casual fastest lap on mediums, of course, and only went out once. He was unbothered. He hates me.
He lost this position so quickly, though, so...
I said literally nothing interesting so far. Alonso had to try set 2 tires. George was the fastest so far, and I said end the weekend, crown him.
Yeah, I went... I literally wrote George fastest, question mark, question mark, question mark. But that was after.
No, current order, when I texted her, this was like 6 minutes into free practice. I don't know if you can see
it. You can. I can see it.
The order was so
Weird.
It was George, Lando, Carlos, Alonso, Bortoletto, Leclerc, Piastri, Hamilton, Hülkenberg, Verstappen, Behrman, Stroll, Tsunoda. I'm not gonna read it all, but that's a weird like top 12.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's not the normal one, I feel like. And then Kimmy sounded really Italian on a radio message. Something I felt the need to tell you, apparently. I don't remember which radio message. Oh, and then all the Italians chose Charles as their favorite child.
Yes.
Again, collectively.
Yes.
I saw no love for Kimmy in the stands as the Italians. I only saw Charles.
Well, I think Kimmy's more like Imola just because he's from there.
Well, that's where he is. But still, he's Italian. I feel like
a
lot of... I mean, I would exclude the U.S. from this, because I don't think the U.S. is ever going to, like, back Logan if he came back, or if he wouldn't, but, like, say that. I don't feel like everyone in the U.S. has ever run that. Nor, like, the Brits necessarily favor their, like, British drivers, but, like, except for, like,
Lewis, I was gonna say.
Lewis and Lando, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, if you look, like...
Max is the Dutch, and Max is a good one.
I was thinking Alex for, is it Singapore? That he considers his home race?
Thailand. Oh, for like...
No, but his home race.
Probably Singapore then?
Yeah, where he gets a lot of love around there. Yuki for Japan, like...
Yeah.
They tend to get a lot more support from their home countries, and then Kimi, as the Italian, is like... Ferrari.
He's not Ferrari. If he was in a Ferrari car, they would go bizarre.
He's like he's literally Jesus Christ if he is in the
Ferrari.
Yeah. So he's not.
Uh-oh. God damn it, you froze again.
So Haas, I found this interesting. Esteban was really angry with Haas because they put him out in front. I think this was at the end of Q1.
Yeah, it was.
And usually you want to go last in qualifying. But it actually worked out very well for him.
No, it didn't.
But he was not.
He got knocked out.
Did he go out Q1? Did he?
Oh, no, he didn't. Never mind.
I don't remember. Yeah, he didn't.
He didn't.
Okay. It worked out well for him.
Yeah.
Then. What are you talking about? And then Kimi got switched on to softs so he could go through. Leclerc had a loose mirror, so there were just a lot of mirror problems.
Mirror problems. Yep.
Yeah. And,
well,
I guess you can go now, because I don't really have too much more from
well, my problem was Isaac. He was gone.
I saved that one for you. That is in my tag.
I was devastated just because Isaac's my favorite rookie. I want him to do well. Like, I just want him to do good. And I was like, oh my god, he got a Q1 exit. Like, that's insane. And then it hit me. That his Q1 exit broke his record. He was the only driver to never have a Q1 exit. And then this weekend broke it. And I am devastated for him. Because that record was so funny. And he doesn't have it anymore. And now I'm very sad.
There's no control over that,
No.
unfortunately.
But
he got really unlucky, though, because he was in 16th, too.
Yeah, so who were out in Q1 from 16th to 20th? Ugh. Hajar, Stroll.
The Racing Bulls just had poor pace in
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But Hajar, Stroll, Colapinto, Gasly, Lawson. Which was...
Alpine's no shock.
Yeah, which is so funny. Stroll isn't a shock, but also Fernando was up in 6th. Like, bro, your teammate's that far up.
Fernando and I have issues with Aston this weekend, and I'm just going to leave it at that for right now. Fernando and I. I don't know, I watched his interviews. I forget what he said, but I had issues with Aston, and I'm assuming he was angry too.
Yeah, I bet. Oh, I bet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Isaac yelled on the radio. He was very sad.
I would be too. Too.
Oh, and then the cameraman, while we were waiting for Q2, decided to get everyone's eye shot. So you know how there's the thing where it's always like the token Leclerc, like eye shot or whatever? The camera guy decided to do everybody's eye shot. So we got a George one, which not super unreasonable. He gets them from time to time. And then Max did, and I don't think I've ever seen a Max eye shot. So I was thrown off by that. And then Yuki eye shot. And then Fernando.
Well, there was a little bit of... They had to wait a little bit longer because they were clearing off the track. So... They had to entertain the viewers.
But the fact they got so many eye shots, I was not ready for.
I was surprised.
Only girls.
I was surprised there wasn't an Oscar one. That's another common one lately because he's just like he's at the number 1 right now, so he usually gets it. But
Fernando one, I was not ready for.
Fernando's a shock. Fernando's definitely a shock.
I literally text Jamie, Fernando eye shot! Exclamation point. She's working. So
yeah, I was at work.
During quali, because I give her updates. Or if we're watching quali, we obviously don't live together anymore, because,
Yeah.
States.
You're gonna have to be giving me so many quali updates because I'm gonna be at swim meets.
It's fine. It does depend, though, 'cause one of my jobs that I applied for would have me working on Saturdays. So we might both be behind.
That's fine. I'll just watch it later.
But
my brain will be constantly thinking about it no matter what. And it will be motivation for me to swim faster so that I can get back to my phone and check in. Just saying.
So real.
The real problems I have.
Tired.
Or I'll be on a bus and watching it.
Oh.
No, I won't.
Oh my god, you're not gonna nap on the bus anymore?
No, I won't be on the bus. We have mostly home meets. I will be in my room.
So nice, though. Home meets are so much better, though, than travel meets.
Because you don't have to travel.
Traveling for some meets. I don't mind if you're staying overnight at the meet, because then you're traveling for, like, a decent period of time for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the bus, because I had no problem traveling for meets when I was, like, younger and in a car. But it's the bus where I'm like,
yeah.
Also, Connecticut's a lot closer together than Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So granted, I was traveling a lot less far. But still.
Well, I think the funniest thing I had a realization of was my school, that's how I'm saying it, invited all of the athletes to go to a Bucks game if we wanted to. And so our coach really, really was pushing for us to do this. And so all of us seniors were like, okay, we'll all go, which will hopefully get our team to go. And I was like, oh my god, I looked what weekend it was, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to be on the bus down to Milwaukee watching a Grand Prix on my phone.
Is there any way you could drive down instead, or do you have to get bused by the school?
I would rather drive, and I kind of want to suggest it. And
driving would be so much better.
Yeah.
The others, you have a car, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Ella wouldn't, and I don't know about. I'm just gonna call her Kay.
Well, I'm more thinking of I just want to drive down because I don't want to deal with the team on a bus. No, it's because the kind of bus we'll be getting, we won't.
Careful what you say, because I don't know how much of this you'll be cutting.
I'll figure it out. Because of the kind of bus and, like, multiple athletic teams going down, we probably will have to do 2 to a seat, unlike what we normally do, and I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather sit in my own car.
Oh, I would want to. The thing is, like, if you're going up to the other campus thing, that's what I'm gonna call, you know what?
Yep.
If you're going up there, they don't let you drive.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder if it'll be similar to that. I would imagine not, because it's not a, like, actual campus thing. But
yeah.
It is a campus event, so, like, it's a weird gray area. I don't
know. That'll be figured out when we get closer to that, because that's not until November.
That's kind of cool, though. Is it for free for you?
Yeah. But it's only free for the athletes.
Do you know who they're playing?
Our coach said it in the email, but I don't remember. I don't remember. Here, you keep talking about Q2, and then I can tell you.
Okay, so Q2. So Oscar. No, wait. Q2. Not much, evidently. So we were talking about Oscar potentially struggling. We thought they forgot to fuel Lando for a lap. I don't think they did. I think he may have had floor damage and had to go back in because they didn't have enough.
I don't know what happened with that situation.
It was strange.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really know.
But
Lando was out.
But he didn't get a time, which caused him to then, when he tried again to get a time, not do as well, and was really close to being out.
It was really scary. I do think Oscar gave him a toe, actually, from what I was hearing afterwards.
Mm-hmm, he did.
I was kind of surprised about Sister Championship.
Well, I remember seeing this before on TikTok and stuff, and once again, I don't know how true it is, but a lot of people say they switch off giving each other toes. So, like, last weekend, Oscar got a toe, Lando got one this weekend, Oscar will get one next weekend.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. I'm cool with it. I don't think McLaren's that.
It's against the Rockets, by the way.
The Rockets, they're a good team. That could be a good game. Oh my god, you can yell at the coach I hate. Ime. Scream like, I hate you, Ime, and you'll make me happy.
Okay.
That's your homework
for
the game, okay?
This'll just be a content thing, though, for us, so...
Oh, yeah, no, but record record yourself. For me, this doesn't go on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming, I hate you, Ime.
Okay.
Send it to me for my personal enjoyment.
Okay.
This is important.
Okay.
But we were, Lando started his flying lap, like, right as it changed over. And he made it out. And
he made it out.
Both like, because we both really like Lando.
Yeah.
Even if I don't root for McLaren, I root against Lando more than I root for him. Well, I root for Lando against Oscar, and I root for basically everyone else over the two.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it feels like I'm rooting for Lando a lot because I'm rooting for Lando against Oscar, but really I want other people to win.
It was really reminiscent of, I think it was Oscar in Austria, where he also almost got out in Q2 like that. Or it was Q2 for him, not Q... Or yeah, it was Q2 for Lando too.
This is Q2. We're in Q2.
But yeah, Oscar has done a similar thing where he stressed out the team. And almost... and me. Me.
Yeah. The thing is I do like Lando. So I wanted him out of Q2.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, at this point, you're rooting for the championship battle. And I just want, like, okay, at the end of the day, even if Lando doesn't win, like, will I be disappointed for him because I'm rooting for him over Oscar and he's one of my favorite drivers? Yes. But I'm rooting for a good, like, season. So I want this battle to be, like, as close as possible for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because it gives me entertainment.
Well, did you hear?
Like, when Max wins 4 races, like, before the end, like, that's not fun.
Well, did you hear if Max wins every single one of the last races? Both McLaren's drivers DNF once, and Lando's always second and Oscar's always third. Max can win by 1 point. That is the way Max can win. He has to win every single race. Lando has to be second and Oscar has to be third, but they also have to DNF both of them 1 race.
That's crazy. I don't think that's happening.
I don't think so either.
It's Max Verstappen. You can never count him forward out.
No, literally, you can never count out Max. Never.
He'll be sabotaging the car. He'll stick Kimmy.
Kimmy, go after them.
Here we go. Well, realistically then, if the McLaren's DNF every race and Max wins, like, there's other ways around it, but that's...
Well, yeah. But that's, like, that is the highest, like, scenario you can do.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if Max doesn't win the next race, he can't win. Like, he's completely out.
Basically, yeah.
So.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Insane.
Granted, though, we all kind of knew it was Oscars. I thought that's surprising.
Yeah.
So, Esteban, Alex, Carlos, and Nico, and Ollie are out, and I was really sad because it was only 6 teams, not 7. And I put 7.
I also did. I thought someone was gonna... Well, okay. I will fully admit this. I didn't expect Yuki to go to Q3. That's the reason.
No, I expected Yuki to go to Q3. I thought... Sorry, Kimmy. I love Kimmy. I'm a Mercedes fan. I thought Kimmy or Yuki, one of the two of them would make it in, and I would get another team.
Yep.
But no.
No.
I had more faith in Kimmy, like, fully, but I thought one of them would have messed up. I think when I counted it, I went 2 McLaren, 2
yes!
Mercedes, 2 Ferrari, 1 Red Bull, other team.
I also did the same exact thing where I was just like, okay, 2 McLaren.
I did Alex or Carlos, Fernando, 1 Red Bull, and then I went someone from Sauber or Racing Bull.
Yep.
I put no faith.
No faith.
I put faith in Mercedes. I put no faith in Yuki. And then Yuki made it, and I'm like, my predictions.
Yeah.
Those were a cluster F for all 3 of us.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
We'll tell you about it later. We'll tell you about it after the race. But it's so funny for our league. We should try to get Annika to join our league, by the way.
I agree. But she would have to download the app. That's the thing. And she would have to remember. What?
Well, we can text. We already text to, like, remind people. But I think we could get Annika to do it.
I think it would be so funny. It would be so funny.
I think she'd have so much fun with it. And then we could talk about it all together. And it's, like, a fun thing to interact about.
And also, we can slowly convert her.
Kai, if you're listening / watching, tell Annika to download the app because we wanted her to join our league.
Yes. Join our league.
Yeah.
Get her to do it.
Join our league, Annika. Kai, pressure her. You live with her now. Pressure her.
Pressure.
Pressure her.
I think it would be so much fun. Anyways.
Oh my god, she'd be so fun for it too, because if she won, she'd rub it in all
of our faces.
It would be okay, Annika's really funny. So it would be so funny because it's Annika.
Yeah.
I don't care when you or Kai rub it into my face either, because I do the same thing for you when I win. I'm like, loser.
Yeah.
But
I'm
not actually too pissed about it.
I am fully expecting me to lose predictions, but I will win fantasy.
I feel like I did really good in fantasy for most weeks. I just had a really rough one this week.
I will win fantasy.
A really rough one
My rough one was Silverstone, and we don't need to talk about that. My negative 25.
Yeah, I did better than that. I guess spoilers for predictions. I had both Fernando and Nico on my fantasy team, which usually does fine for me. They're both good drivers who are in bad enough cars where they score me a lot of points when they do well. But because they're in bad enough cars, they don't have to score that high to get me points.
You got the risk.
Right? Yeah, but it's a risk. And this risk has been paying off for me for the past few weeks. I've been doing very well. I've been, either top or second. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've normally been, the leader for fantasy, if I remember, since we've started. For the team.
I think so. I've been second first the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, you've had a good past 2 weeks. But leading up to that, I was in front. Because my team isn't. I got really lucky with the Nico.
Yeah. You also have McLaren, which is a big boost.
Well, the thing is I pay less for drivers to have McLaren.
Yeah.
So it's the sacrifice I made to have McLaren. So if Lando DNF last week, so that's why my McLaren didn't get me as many points as it usually would have. So it's a risk for whenever. But the thing is, if Lando didn't DNF, I win last week. But it's because Lando DNF. Because it messes up all of yours, too. So it is what it is. Because Isaac would have been bumped down. He still would have gotten a lot, but he would have gotten less.
We would have been closer. There's a chance I could have still won.
Yeah, but it would have been significantly closer, I think.
Yeah.
But still, it's not the end of the world.
Anyways, Q3, as we got off on a tangent.
Sorry.
In the beginning, for their first, stint out, one person was just taking pole after another.
Oh, sorry, for the in-between. There were people dressed as Banana Leclerc. It was so amazing. And also somebody, the Italian announcer, whose voice I can't stand, pronounced Kimi Antonelli's last name is Antonelli. And it made me really happy. So it's the most Italian I've ever heard Kimi's last name be said. Yeah. It's very Italian. But the Banana Leclercs were very fun. I very much enjoyed them. Did you like the TikTok I sent you about that? Where it was Max fans, Lewis fans,
oh, yep, yeah.
Claire fans, and it was the banana thing. I was cracking myself up with that.
But
alright, Q3.
People were getting pole right after another. It was a close race in the first stint. Then we wait for the second. And Max still has the fastest time from his first one. Oscar goes, Oscar doesn't get it. Oscar gets second. And then Lando goes. Lando takes pole, sets the fastest lap, and then immediately right after Max takes it away from him for the second weekend in a row this has happened to Lando.
And I was stressed, by the way, during quali. I'm not normal. I normally am having fun watching quali, and I was actually overwhelmed. I was sitting there just oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
You know how I feel now.
That's
That's how I feel when I watch any sport.
In all fairness, I'm accidentally waning off my meds right now because the pharmacy was having trouble connecting to my doctor to refill it. So I have to take weird halves. So maybe I'm just extra anxious right now. Who knows?
That could be it.
Not. I doubt it though, because it was the first day I started doing it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
never
like,
mind.
realistically, I'm on a pretty normal amount. So I think I was just stressed and I'm making up excuses to feel less pathetic. But
Yeah.
it was a good, I liked that final stint. Q3 was fun. Yuki helped Max, I think.
Yes.
Both times, I think.
Yeah, I
because
think
he
so.
actually qualified for once.
Which,
Great.
anytime Yuki qualifies in Q3, he's always helping Max. So, like, this is a common trend at Red Bull. It's just Yuki doesn't get Q3 often.
I think that's something else to add with Max's comments later. So don't let me forget that point, because I have something to add with that point.
Okay. Anyways, the race. It is the next day. And Pierre...
George wanted mediums, and they put him in softs
for
qualifying, and I was sad.
George got upset.
And then we thought it would be chaotic, and now we'll go into the race.
So, Isaac had some changes to his car, so he had to start from the pit lane. And then, I think, this is one of the weirdest penalties ever. Gasly had to start from the pit lane because they didn't cover his car 2 hours after qualifying ended.
They need to calm down. FIA, this is a lot.
Well, I think it goes along with the whole,
You can't touch the car.
No. Why can't I think of it? The curfew.
Okay.
Where it was kind of breaking curfew a little bit there. Because who knows if people were touching the car after curfew, or, like, if someone was there after curfew. Like, that kind of thing. But yeah, so he had to start from the pit lane also behind Isaac, because he got his penalty after. And then we get to the formation lap, and Hülkenberg has to retire his car due to a critical failure, and I think they were thinking it was suspension issues.
Keep talking, Jamie.
I think the Hülkenberg was suspension issues. I don't know for sure. And I'm gonna say this here too. I thought that these top 4, in the specific order that they were from qualifying, was going to be the most chaotic thing ever, and I was correct. Because here's the thing. Max will do anything to win. His only goal in life is to win, and so he will do anything to win. And then you have Lando beside him, who also wants to win, but his biggest problem is keeping Oscar behind him. And then you have Oscar.
It's going to be a lot.
You have Oscar behind. Oscar's only goal is to get ahead of Lando, and that's it. He does not care about anyone else. He does not care about Charles. He does not care about Max. His only goal is to get in front of Lando. And then you have Charles. Charles is in Monza. He won from 4th last year. He's going for it again. He wants that win.
Somebody who will do anything to win.
Oh, 100%.
First born for a win in Monza. Let's be real.
I don't care what anyone says. Charles and Max are more alike than we all think.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just they present differently on film.
Yep. So, I knew this was going to be chaotic, just based off of all of their, like, needs and desires in life. Mm-hmm. And I was fully correct. We have the start of the race. Max gets an okay jump. Lando gets a better one than Max. Charles gets a better one than Oscar. Oscar had a little bit of a struggle. Max, immediately as he is darting for the inside, pushes Lando off into the dirt. Everybody thought Lando wasn't going to be able to keep that. He does. He's fine.
He did.
When Oscar darts into the inside, Charles goes around him on the outside, and Charles passes Oscar. And then, when they get into the first turn, because Max was, like, defending from Lando, Max doesn't make the turn. He goes through. So, obviously, that upsets Lando. Lando's like, give me my spot back, bro. That's mine. And Oscar is able to do the weirdest most unconventional passing of Charles, because
Oh, it was so cool,
it was so cool. But he states this in the driver's room afterwards, but Charles was slow on the turns. Like, absolutely, utterly slow, but was really fast on the straights, which is a complete opposite to Oscar's car. The McLaren is a complete opposite situation.
The Ferrari is built differently to the McLaren.
Yeah.
The Ferrari is built to be really fast in a straight line.
Yeah, so Oscar was able to pass Charles on a turn that usually nobody passes on. Max gives his position to Lando. Charles then on a straight, without DRS. DRS has not opened yet. Without DRS on a straight, Charles passes Oscar again. So we're up to like 4 overtakes between the front runners. It was crazy. We have Gabriel Bortoletto going all the way up to 5th. Eventually, George takes that place back, and he's back down to 6th, and George is back in 5th. Kimmy had a terrible start and falls...
Oh my God, it was so slow. I was watching, I obviously started late, because my dad's a slow poke at Dad, who I know is listening right now, because he is a father. So my dad said, I want to watch the race with you. And I like watching sports with somebody, and he's the only one in my house who's willing. And also watching sports with my dad is really fun. It's like a father-daughter thing we've done since I was like a child. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, it's on at 9. What time do you want to wake me up? And he's like, wake me up at 8:50. I'll be ready. And I went, okay, I'll wake you up at 8:50. So I wake him up at 8:50 on the dot. I was punctual. I had my coffee ready. I had already ate my breakfast. Like, I've been up for like an hour. Well, half an hour at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like I was ready to go. TV. We got Hulu back, so I was watching on ESPN now because we wanted to watch it on the big screen for the actual race. So we have our projector, so it's like a movie theater room. So it's really cool to watch stuff because you feel immersed in it, basically. Mm-hmm. And I have it on, I have it ready. I have it started because we're supposed to be live. So I'm like, Dad, hurry up. And I'm watching the start, and I'm like, oh my God. And I was texting Jamie about like the Max thing and everything. But Dad's like, Olivia, stop! Wait for me. And I was like, hurry up. And then I have to pause it because my dad's complaining so much that I was watching the race without him. And the opening lap's like the best part of most races. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it starts off really well and sometimes it ends really well. But the start's usually the most fun because everyone's together. Safety car restarts is like exception. Or like a normal restart. Anytime they're clumped close together, it's fun. But, so I have to wait. And Jamie's texting me like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm like, my dad's not down here. And I'm just texting her. He's so slow. Dad, we start the race 15 minutes later. The man said he would take 10 minutes to get ready. It took me 25.
And then I didn't stop texting her, so she was getting 15 minutes before updates on what was happening.
I wasn't following along too much because I was trying to watch the race, but I'd feel my phone vibrate and I'd go, oh, something happened, but I don't know yet.
I felt powerful. I felt like I was from the future. I knew things.
I was so sad, though, because, like, part of the fun of watching races is, one, watching it. I do like watching it with my dad. So, like, that's super fun because I have someone to talk to and, like, be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God about. But I like being able to text Jamie when I'm watching the race. Like, that is something I have a lot of fun with. And I wasn't able to text Jamie. So it's like, what the heck? I was very sad. Anyway, that's the end of that rant, but I was sad.
Yeah, but yeah, Kimmy falls 4 places, so he goes from 6th to 10th.
Oh, sorry, that's what triggered this. Anyway, we restarted the race, and my dad went, why is that car not moving? And it was Kimmy's car.
That's so funny.
I on the annoyance rant first. I was
that's so funny.
Yeah. So, hi, Dad. I was really annoyed, but I had fun watching with you, so please continue watching with me.
Then later on, Max regains the lead from Lando and just takes off. He's gone. Gone. Oscar eventually does retake 3rd from Charles. Charles did hold him back a lot because Oscar was unable to go around Charles because Charles is good at defending. And, like, the only place Oscar could catch Charles was in the turns,
And on
not
turns,
the straights. And so he was really stuck behind Charles, which allowed Lando to also get a really good, like, gap. So there's like, these massive gaps in the front. Lewis was charging back up to the front with that, from that penalty. He was going for it.
I think I texted Jamie. I'm like, oh my god. Because my predictions for this weekend, because I was manifesting Ferrari doing well because it's Monza. I went Lando. I didn't actually think this podium would happen, but this was my manifestation. I went Lando, Charles, Lewis, because I wanted Lewis to get his first Ferrari podium, because how poetic would it be? His first podium is in Monza.
Yeah.
But realistically, Charles is going to score. So I knew my predictions going in would be really bad, but I was so excited when Lewis started charging up and Charles got into third. So I'm like, oh my god, it could happen. Manifestation.
But yeah, then we get to one of the dead spots. Not much happens after this for a long time. They show a lot of the back markers. There's stuff going on with the back markers, which is good, because the front markers were so spread out, because I think Lando was like 6 seconds from Max, and Oscar was like 4 seconds from Lando, and then Charles was falling down to like 2 seconds behind Oscar. So there was no fighting in the front.
In other news, the overtake on Piastri got Charles declared my dad's favorite.
Of course, it has to be Oscar. Has to be.
100%. Yeah. My dad hates Oscar. This is a running theme in the podcast. He inevitably gets brought up, my dad, because I watch with him. But he hates Oscar. He is the internet trolls, but he's not on the F1 internet. So he is purely trolling on his own because he's so mad about it.
Your dad makes it make sense what people on the internet think. Because your dad thinks it.
I don't know if he actually thinks it or if he's just being dramatic, but he says it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm sitting there like, your anger doesn't make sense with what just occurred on my screen, but okay.
Okay, Dad. Okay. I don't know if there's anything in your stuff, but the next note I have is Alonso. So, do you have anything?
Alonso. Jesus. Okay. Kimmy passed Yuki, and I was very happy about that.
I was happy about that one. Yeah. Literally, it was a dead spot for a long time. And
I was mad because Alonso was racing very well. He was up high in, like, points. And he's on my fantasy team! So, really mad. Because contrary to what the internet might think, I don't hate Fernando. In fact, I find him rather funny. I think he's a chaotic figure.
I don't hate him. I just don't like him.
No, he's, like, fine. I don't hate him. Contrary to what TikTok thinks I feel about Fernando. So I'm sitting there like, I feel kind of bad for him because Fernando is kind of like a chaos monger. But also, my Nico was already out.
She
already knew I was getting hit for like minus 20 points. To lose another one for another, like, it was 18, I think. Minus 18 points, 20 for one of them, 18 for the other. I was pissed. Because they were the only two to DNF this weekend, too, and they're both on my team.
Yeah, so Alonso goes wide and hits the curb, and his suspension just goes poof.
I watched his wheel bounce, and I went, uh-oh.
Yeah, so he had to retire, which is I saw him going slow. And you want to know what my thought was? I went, safety car, safety car, safety car. Because...
Oh, this was our predictions. Our predictions this weekend were so bad, guys.
Because we both said there was going to be a safety car. So anything that happened, I wanted it to be a safety car. It wasn't even for the McLaren benefit of me being a McLaren fan. I didn't even think about them. I was thinking about my predictions.
Because I'm always going to bet on a safety car. They happen in the majority races, whether that be a VSC or a normal safety car. Because if there's gravel on the track, if there's rain, like, it happens. So I'm like, okay, I always just bet on the safety car. And then there was no safety car. And it was like, guys, safety car.
Yeah. Liam and Yuki go into each other. They only touch wheels. They both go off because they was near the chicane, so like they couldn't turn as well, but they hit each other, which makes sense for those two. I think those two this season has definitely been the most when it comes to crashing into other people.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's only a matter of time before they take each other out.
Yeah.
They're the biggest. You know what? Ollie might be a bigger... Ollie is a deceptive chaos monger.
Yeah. I don't even... How did he... What was his penalty for again? I don't even remember.
He hit Carlos, right? Like,
no.
Carlos spun.
Oh, that was the... Yes, that was his penalty. Yes. Oh, it was Esteban. Yeah. What was Esteban's penalty for?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't remember Esteban's. I know both of the Haas got penalties. Then we had...
Haas just likes to hire the most chaotic drivers ever. They want to crash, they will crash.
Yeah.
They are the F1 movie theme. Kevin having such a big role in the F1 movie is my Roman Empire.
So funny. Honestly, it's so funny. Yeah.
K-Mag got the biggest, arguably the biggest role in the
yep.
movie. He just crashed.
But this was a 53 lap race. I remember that. And we have most of the front runners on mediums, and they were expecting the mediums to not go that far. And then they went really well, specifically for a team that is known for good tires. They went really far. But Max had some very, very obvious tears in his tires. And so he was able to last until lap 38. And so Max pits, causing him to be behind both Lando and Oscar, with Lando in the lead. And this is when, literally like 2 laps later, Ollie and Carlos run into each other and spin. But they both keep on moving, which I bet both... Well, we know this for sure. Lando was really hoping they would get stuck in the gravel, because if that safety car happened, McLaren gets a 1-2. Like, it's just, that's the case.
They really wanted it.
So they were wanting it.
He would have pit first, and Oscar would have been stuck waiting for him to pit. So that whole pit stop problem would have been completely
gone. But
because Oscar would be stuck. What is he gonna do?
Yeah.
He's in the pit.
But that did not happen. They were able to both keep the cars going after they do their little spinny. This helped Isaac, though. This is one of the reasons Isaac got up to 10th. Was that he was able to pass both of them. So, and then here we go into the drama. Lando gets asked, they both, okay, I heard Oscar being told to box first, because I had Oscar's on board playing. And then on the screen, I got Lando being like, they were telling him to box, and I was like, oh, they're boxing on the same lap? That's kind of weird. But then it goes through the rest of Lando's messages being like, why don't we have Oscar go first? And they're like, yeah, that makes sense. And Lando goes, as long as he doesn't undercut me.
Yeah.
And they're like, that won't happen.
That was his only requirement.
And so Oscar goes in. Oscar gets the fastest pit stop of the weekend with the fastest pit stop of the year, I think. I think this is the new record of 1.91 with Oscar. And so Oscar, obviously good pit stop, that's great. But that means Max is able to get out.
While this was happening, and I went, oh my god. As soon as they mentioned that they were pitting Oscar first, I went, oh my god, he's going to undercut Lando.
But he doesn't, though. He doesn't actually technically undercut him. That is not the reason.
I had a feeling in my soul he was going to get past him.
And
he did.
So then Lando pit stops a lap later. The front wheel, there's a problem. I think the mechanic thought he had it in. They realized they didn't. Have to re-screw it. And that causes his pit stop to be 6 seconds, and he's, like, right behind Oscar. Oscar passes him over the white line. And so I was like, okay, this is weird. This is kind of crazy. Oh, my God, I didn't expect that. Like, I was like, this Oh, Olivia's frozen again. Oscar's able to go over the white line. Ooh. There we go. Oscar's able to go over the white line before Lando. And I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. This is the most insane thing in the world. Like, what is actually happening here? And the only reason I got so mad was because they brought up Hungary. That was the only reason. I was so pissed. Oscar's engineer comes on the radio and goes, this is like, we want you to give Lando his position back. And he was like, this is like Hungary 2024, like how we did it there. We need to do it, like something along those lines. And I was just like, no freaking way are you bringing up the worst moment in your most recent, like, career as a team. Your worst moment in recent times. You're bringing that up here, and to me, it felt like guilt tripping him.
I think it would have been reasonable to bring up if he was actually, like, arguing back for longer, and you were trying to, like,
yeah.
This was within, like, 5 seconds.
Oscar didn't even say anything yet. Yeah. Oscar didn't even give his grief.
That's kind of why it was a bit much. I don't think it was necessary to bring it up. I think it would have. Okay, I'm team. Okay, let me preface this with, I'm team they should have switched back because of the situation they put themselves in. I think if Lando got past, so if they pitted Lando first, had a slow pit first, and Oscar got past or whatever after that, I think that's fair because they usually favor the race leader going in first. It's because Lando let Oscar have the pit first that he should have been offered the spot back, because there was, like, I know slow pit stops are part of racing, but because he already had sacrificed, I thought it made sense for, like, team to make sense to switch back.
I think there's also the problem they should never have let Lando do that. They should never have.
That was the obvious solution.
Ever let Lando go second, because that causes these kind of problems. They should have all.
No, exactly. That was the big problem. I think McLaren was right to switch positions back, but they were not right to put them in this position in the first place. Which is same thing that. That's what Jamie and I were talking about, basically.
Yeah.
Like, as we were texting. I don't think. It's Jamie was like, I'm so mad right now. And I think that was, I think it was fair to switch it back. I've maintained that from the beginning. I still feel that way. And we talked it out and we realized we were actually pretty much on the same page. It was just Jamie was much more angry in the moment about it.
Yeah. Well, they said Hungary and it immediately set me off, okay?
Jamie got triggered.
Immediately set me off. And so, Oscar, obviously, in the beginning was just like, for a slow pit stop, really? Like, this is a racing incident. Things happen. Like, I shouldn't have to do this. And, like, his engineer says something after that, and Oscar then immediately lets Lando through. Like, Oscar maybe got I think he got a lap before he let Lando through, but it's a quick lap. Like, it wasn't that long. And
no, like, he did it basically immediately. By the way, my dad was raging about this because Oscar even questioned not giving the spot back, and I went, I was like, I thought that was reasonable, because I'd be like, for a racing incident, like, if I were Oscar and I'm racing, I would say the same thing. Any
driver is gonna say that because they want to be ahead.
I thought his reaction was very reasonable, and he basically immediately gave it back. Like, in the scheme of racing, that was an immediate give back.
Oh, yeah.
I do think there was potential Lando would have been able to pass him even if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really, like, no need for him not to give the spot back.
And like a lot of people said, after they switched back, Oscar was completely allowed to fight back. And he didn't have the pace that Lando had. Like, Oscar was in DRS now, which he wouldn't have been if this didn't happen, and Oscar just still didn't have the pace. So it's still, like, I have a feeling if they didn't switch, I have a feeling Lando would have caught Oscar in the end anyways. Yeah. So, whatever.
I just think it was the right decision to switch. I actually don't think it sets that weird of a precedent at McLaren. as long as both drivers are, I think it could cause issues
I
if something like this were to happen in the future. But I also think if you are to compare Hungary and this race, I think you as a team should call it, we're done, and give up.
I think it's
Figure
more
out
of the
how to do it.
problem. I think it's more of the problem. McLaren did this time. What if they tried to do it again, but the other person had like a 9-second pit stop? Something even more ridiculous. And it's like, and they just tell them to switch, and so the person ahead has to slow down that much. It's just, there is some problems with the.
Yeah. Well, I also think that's why they as a team should just stop now because it is even.
Yeah.
I don't. Their logic was they were scared about Leclerc.
No, they weren't!
Isn't that what they said? No?
No! No one said that! They, literally, Oscar's engineer, because I was hearing this didn't get broadcasted. Oscar's engineer was like, if we pit now, Leclerc is 4 seconds behind still. 4 seconds! Leclerc was not a problem. At all.
Why were they worried about him?
I don't know.
What they were saying.
I don't know.
Afterward. Okay. Well, that was their logic from what I gather, even though that is really poor logic, but also you're so far ahead in constructors. We're like, why are you even concerned about that? There's really no reason for you guys, like you've almost won constructors already.
Yeah.
There's really no reason for you to be fearful about that championship at all. You're over double the next closest team.
No, it's worse than that. You want to know how bad it is? They're at 600 right now. And Ferrari's at like 284.
Yeah, more than double. You're more than double the next closest person. They're not going to catch you. That championship is protected. I don't think there's any need to try to protect your precious championship points if you already have the championship, basically.
Oh, yeah.
I get it's not guaranteed.
Well, I think they're going to try to go for the... I think they're going to try to go for the record of the most points for a team in a season, obviously. I think they're still set to 1,000, which is no one's ever gotten 1,000 before, so... But
still...
Yeah.
Is it worth the driving drama that you can potentially have?
And luckily, they didn't have it. They did not.
Tara just texted me. I just saw a TikTok, and I think I know why I'm a hater now. And now I'm curious what she means by that.
But, like...
do you tell why?
Luckily, Oscar wasn't as mad as a lot of people thought he would be. He was okay. Lando was okay. The funniest part was Max's reaction, because Max is 19 seconds ahead at this point. He does not have anything to worry about at all. And so GP tells him, he's like, yeah, so Lando just switched with Oscar, so like Lando's now in front. And Max goes, huh, for a slow pit stop? Really? And then...
Is this your favorite radio message?
Oh, it's so good. Yeah. So good. And then GP's just like...
My favorite of the year, but my favorite of the race.
GP's like, it's not our problem.
He brought it up. He was the one wanting to gossip. Oh, so here's what I wanted to say. So in terms of Max saying that, I think it comes down to the fact that Max might be the most insane person ever and is also the number one driver at Red Bull. He would never be put in that position to begin with. And if he was, they would immediately switch out for him because Max is their number one driver. I think because McLaren has a different culture, they act differently. They do have two number one drivers, even if I don't necessarily agree with how they're treating and reacting like for all their situations. It is a different team. They are going to treat it differently. I think Checo would be told to kill himself if it meant Max could win a world championship. So as far as I'm concerned, I think Max has a completely different perspective and situational awareness. And I don't think that marks the mind of a true champion. I think it marks that Max would do literally anything because Max is insane.
I think it does also come down a little bit to Oscar letting it go so easily, too. Because... Yeah. Max is like, why the hell would you be doing that when you're the first in the championship? Like, he's like, you're crazy for that. Because, like, someone was like, I think I saw a TikTok where, like, someone was just like, Hamilton would do that, and someone was just like, no, he wouldn't. Hamilton would never have gave that away to Nico. Never.
It was ready to kill Nico. Like,
Hamilton would have ran into Nico instead. Like, they're completely different thing. And so I think that's also where the radio comes from. It was the funniest thing ever to see Max react like that, and then GP being like, it's not our problem. Focus on your race. Like, let's calm down here.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is does this happen if Lando didn't DNF last week? I think that is a interesting question.
It is, but, like, seeing Andrea's...
Lando let Oscar pit first, if that were to happen.
Yeah. But also seeing Andrea's face when he was, like, explaining it afterwards, I don't think he was like, it doesn't have anything to do with last weekend. Obviously he says that. But it's just like,
not the team orders fit if Oscar switches back or not, is what I'm saying. One, I don't think they're in that situation to begin with, because I think if Lando's closer in points, he's going to want to stay in front when he pits, because that's the natural order of things. So I don't think this even necessarily happens.
They would have still had a 16-point difference, and so I think Oscar still would have let it go.
You think so?
Because he would only, then it would be 13.
Even though it's only 3 points, it's technically a 6-point swing, right? Because, yes?
No? I don't know.
Lando gains 3, Oscar technically would lose 3, so that's 6 points. Or am I wrong about that?
No, it would still just be 3. It's just 3.
Okay. That's also only 3 points. Like, they can come.
So, like, that's why
it could be decided by 3. We don't know that.
Once again, I would be one. I don't think the one time I don't think Oscar would do it is if it was a 1-2. Oscar would have never gave that away if it was a 1-2.
I don't know. I feel like
that's too much of a point swing.
Maybe.
It's the difference of the point swings. I think Oscar's rational enough and confident in himself enough that 3 points is nothing to him right now.
The thing is does he want to ruin his relationship with McLaren by defying their orders as well?
I don't think
McLaren is a good team to be on right now, and if they are angry with you and it becomes a toxic work environment between the drivers, I don't know if they'd want to necessarily deal with that.
I think Lando would understand if it was a 1-2. Just because, once again, they are able to differentiate things. And also, I don't think McLaren would have done it if it was a 1-2.
I don't think so either. I think it is this specific situation.
Yeah.
I would hope McLaren is not dumb enough to do that if it were a 1-2, but honestly, this weekend was happening.
They did it last year when it was a 1-2. But the problem was Lando wasn't as close to Max as everyone makes it out to be. He was still like 60 points behind Max at the time, versus right now we're at a 34-point difference.
For the record, I do think Lando should have had the win last year because he was still in the championship battle. I think genuinely, I think because he still had a mathematical chance and they were the only competition, that should have been for Lando. If he was already knocked out, yes, I think he needs to switch back to Oscar. So for that one, I feel really weird because if it were literally like 2 weeks or 2 race weekends from there, I'd be like, you need to switch back. Yeah. Because it happened that weekend to where it was still mathematically possible. I don't know. I honestly question McLaren and their strategy quite a bit.
I think Hungary was just an entirely different beast in itself. Because for the first thing, they should have never pitted Lando first. Never.
It should have been, I think the clear rule should be race leader pits first, regardless at this point. Have that be your token rule. Don't switch it up. Don't do anything fancy. Make it fair.
I don't think they should have listened to Lando, and I think they should have pitted Lando first. Even this weekend. Like, they should have pitted him first.
heard they were talking to him about it beforehand, and then we saw the end bit of that. So they were discussing with Lando, I believe, on Lando's radio before that even happened, whether or not to pit Oscar first. And then he got convinced, basically, as long as it wasn't an undercut. And then that's what happened.
I don't know. It shouldn't have been a thought.
It's a McLaren problem. I honestly think the drivers did the right thing. I do think they should have switched. I think it helps keep team chemistry and team morale, which I think is really important if you're working. Especially since they're going to be teammates for at least another year, 2 years even, right? So it's like
2 years, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you want to have a good relationship with your coworker. They seem to have a positive one now. And like you could have more battle. Like, is it really worth it? Like, I don't think so.
No.
I just don't. I'm also a significantly less competitive person though than them because I'm not a professional race car driver.
Yeah.
So who knows? Max would kill them. But
100%.
Oh yeah.
But
I think that's all I needed to say on that topic. I don't know if you have anything else to add.
No, I do not. One last thing before the race ends. Kimi gets a 5-second penalty for driving erratically. So, there's that.
No, it was Pierre as well. Pierre drove erratically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there anything else? Let me quickly go through my messages. Oh, I exited out. Never mind. I will not be going.
But that's pretty much the race. Max wins. Then it goes Lando, Oscar. Obviously I was still mad at this point in time. I was still, like, fuming. But then I hear Oscar's interview calmed me down. Him and Lando bantering in the room.
It's just an incident. He did the incident meme, and it made me so happy. You have no idea. He was very joyful.
He's really falling for our dork agenda.
Okay, guys. Little secret project we're doing now, if you stayed this long. We're going to start adding... okay, so Jamie and I are starting an agenda. Oscar's a complete dork. And we
100%.
want the world to know. So we're compiling clips of him being a complete dork to make into a... You know, like the meme videos where it's like the silly music in the background.
Yeah.
And it's like Blank being a dork. We're starting the Oscar Dorkostry agenda for this.
Oscar Dorkostry.
We're allowed to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, but stay tuned for that because I think it'll be coming out pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. But it's going to be a series because Oscar is such a dork.
Yeah.
Where he needs a series.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
But yeah.
We're expanding our channel.
So, like, that interview was fine. I also, because I was so fuming still, I watched the, like, post-race show, and Oscar had his interview there, too, and he was also, once again, being like, it was the right thing, and so I'm like, okay, I'll back off. I'll back off.
He was genuinely fine. I think Max was still flabbergasted in the changing room, and he just didn't say anything.
Literally.
I think Max is sitting there like, oh my god, I want to know what's happening.
Well, because...
I think Max secretly lives for drama, but doesn't want to be involved in it himself.
Literally.
That's the vibe I get off Max.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, so in the cool-down room, it's just Oscar and Lando at first. Max is off, doing whatever he's doing.
They were talking, they were chill.
Yeah.
They were
Oscar and Lando were literally talking about the pit stop and what was the problem of why Lando was so slow. They literally chatted about it. If they were mad, if Oscar was mad about the situation, I don't think he would have brought it up. Like, I don't think he would have wanted to talk about it. He did. But I was giggling about Oscar being like, oh my god, Charles was so slow in the corners. I was like,
just cool down a lot. They were all really funny this time. Max,
and then
shocked his name was already
Max
there.
just walks in, and the only thing he cares about is just being like, why is my name there already? Why is it there? How is it there?
I don't think that Tifosi should have booed Lando on the podium. I don't think he deserved that at all. I think that was uncalled for and rude.
That was definitely, I
Should we
was.
get into our failures of predictions, Jamie?
Yeah, they're bad. I'm worse.
It's fun to like add towards the end of our videos or our episodes or whatever. So my fantasy team obviously did horrible. I lost.
Give me a
Jamie, I
second.
think, won this week.
I
Was
obviously
it Kai?
did.
Was it you or Kai?
It was me.
Was it you?
F1 app takes forever to open. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Mine's going for it.
No,
Okay,
mine.
let's see. My results. I think I won predictions, but like we were all so bad where it didn't feel like it.
Here, let me go to our fantasy team and I'll tell you how bad we are. If it loads.
Yeah.
Leagues.
The league is called Destroy Jamie.
Yeah, their only goal is to beat me. Which Kai's catching.
Has the best prediction record. Oh, I'm almost caught up. I'm 1% behind Kai because Kai did the worst this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So
Kai did really. I'm sorry, Kai. We're exposing you.
I started off really well after qualifying. My qualifying was really good because you can tell because
So you got all your points.
Yeah. So Olivia was at 38 points with getting 33% correct. I was at 31 getting 27% correct. Kai was at 21 with 17% correct.
We did horrible. Kai was sitting at a percentage of like 54% accuracy going into this week, and their percentage has dropped to 45%.
Significantly. And
it's so sad.
This isn't our first bad weekend. Me and you specifically also did just as bad last weekend.
No, I did pretty. I think I won last weekend, actually.
I thought Kai did. Kai did.
Oh, Kai might have won. Was it Kai?
Yeah.
No, I didn't do. I got 74 points though last week, which is honestly kind of wild if you think about it. I did a lot better than I thought. This is last week, so it's mostly.
I got 34 points, so. Anyways, so
this week,
for the podium, I went Lando, Oscar, Charles. I obviously got some points from having Lando and Oscar still on the podium.
I went. I said this earlier. I went Lando, Charles, Lewis because I was really.
So you got no points.
Miracle Ferrari weekend. I texted Jamie when I put it in, going, "I'm not getting any points on my prediction."
You're gonna laugh at one of mine. You're gonna laugh, but I'll explain it later. I thought Lando was gonna take pole because he was fastest all weekend.
Oscar. I was not ready for do Max Verstappen.
The one I got correct was I said Sainz would qualify higher than Alex.
I got that wrong.
That one was so... Okay, whatever. We already talked about how we both thought 7 teams would get in, but only 6 got into Q3.
I said Charles was going to finish the best, so I got that one.
Yeah. I should... Okay. Okay, you want to... I'm going to explain to you what I was thinking. I had Charles on the podium for 3rd. So technically, I should have put Charles. But I went, well, I might just risk it all and try to get some high points here. I'm picking Isaac.
She was wrong.
I was wrong.
He moved up quite a bit.
Yeah, but if I was correct with Isaac, I would have gotten 25 points just from that.
That's crazy.
So I went,
You were one.
Yeah.
I thought Ferrari would have the fastest pit stop because I just keep picking Ferrari.
I don't know why we both keep picking Ferrari. McLaren has had it the past, 5 weekends.
No, Ferrari had it last weekend. It's either Ferrari
or McLaren. Yeah.
I think Red Bull had it once.
It was Racing Bulls, not Red Bull.
Ferrari because I have no faith in Ferrari except for their pit crew.
Yeah.
That's it. I like their drivers. I have faith in their drivers, but their strategy in car is so bad. But their pit crew knows how to change a tire quickly.
Yeah. There was no safety car, sadly.
Betrayal.
Who did you say for fastest lap?
Right. I said Lando.
I said Charles.
That's not a bad guess. I have.
Like I said, I was betting on Ferrari.
Yeah. I had Ferrari scoring more points than Mercedes.
I did too.
Which honestly felt like an obvious one to me.
Yeah.
And then I thought we'd have a new winner because I thought Lando would win.
I thought Lando was gonna win, so I thought we would have a new winner. So
I also thought if Lando didn't win, it would probably be Oscar, and he would still be considered
a new one.
So
Yeah.
I hedged my bets on one of the McLarens winning, and then Max won, and I'm like, Max, how dare you?
Max,
win?
you literally were so unconfident with winning another race this season. What are you doing?
Whatever.
But for fantasy, yeah, you did bad. Jesus.
It's so bad.
So
I considered using. I was like, I haven't used any of my power. Let me use one, and I considered doing the negates negatives, and I went, I don't need that, and I should have. I literally thought, no, I'm gonna save this one for a weekend where I have less faith because of rain, and then 2 of my drivers DNF.
So I had 161. Kai had 150. Kai has Max, so that was definitely a help. And Olivia had 116. And overall,
I didn't feel horrific. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Overall,
Yeah.
I'm still winning, but I think I have 3 races up on you guys. Then it goes Olivia and Kai.
Curious. I might do the math for when Kai and I actually started. So
Yeah.
the issue is I had a different F1 account where I was competing with Jamie prior, but that account won't let me log back in. So I literally got the same team. It's like I did everything the same. It's just I've lost 2 of my races. So
Yeah.
Jamie was 1 ahead of me initially. So we actually don't know. I think we should at the end of the season math when we actually all started together.
I
to see
think
the winner.
I'm still technically in the lead because I don't. Here, let me look at those races.
I don't think you get your negative 25, right?
Was it after Silverstone?
Yeah.
We'll figure this out after. I'm gonna figure it out after at least.
Okay.
But yeah, who is your driver of the day? I have mine.
Max.
I'm going for Isaac. Pit lane to 10th.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a good one. Don't even roll your eyes at me.
No, Isaac's a good one. I low-key expected you to say it. I thought Lewis would have had a good reason for it, but also he wasn't doing any, he caught up and then didn't do much after he caught up. Max is just so dominant in what's technically a slower car. So I think it was Max's driver of the day. I think we both said our favorite radio message was
Max laughing.
Is there anything else we usually go over?
No. That is the end of the video.
Team of the week I'm going to give to Red Bull because they won a race and Yuki made it into Q3.
That's a new one.
Yeah, I added it. Just now. It just came out. So, who was the best team? I can't give it to Ferrari because they lost in Monza.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it to McLaren. And Mercedes, low-key, their car is not that great right now. So I'm giving it to Red Bull, even though Yuki didn't get points. Because Max won, and he got in Q3, which ruined my fantasy league.
I think I would also say Red Bull, just because of the same reasons.
Yeah.
I realized, you want to know what I realized over this,
what have you realized?
Yesterday? I realized okay, so if you guys want to know, my top 5 drivers go Oscar, Isaac, Lando, Alex, Max. Okay? So my top 5. And I realized, because, sorry guys, Yuki's not staying after this season. There's no way he's still here. It would be crazy if he is. Who's going to move up is Isaac. Which means 2
Red Bull and McLaren.
2 of my top 5 drivers, my 2nd and my 5th, are at Red Bull. So I technically, not fully, have to root for Red Bull at some point. And
so let me see. I haven't done it up.
And I say that as I'm wearing Red Bull Max stuff. So I am a little bit of a.
I'm wearing Tate McRae. So who's really repping F1?
I'm being a little hypocrite here, but I just don't like Red Bull. But luckily, the reason I don't like Red Bull is mainly gone. Helmut needs to go next. Helmut needs to get out of there, because Helmut was like, Isaac sucks when Isaac at Australia, and was like, oh my god, I didn't want him, whatever. And now look at him.
Anyway, who are my top 5 drivers? The top 3 are really easy. It's George, Charles, Lando. And then I get into a weird area where I like a bunch of them. I really like Ollie. I like Alex quite a bit. I like... Maybe it's Ollie and Isaac. I don't know. I like Max a lot too, is the thing, but I wouldn't put Max top 5. No, I like Oscar, but not enough to put him there. Because I refuse. I don't know. I really like my top 3. I like Gabe a lot recently. Gabby, I don't know where that came from. I think he had a cute moment with Nico, and ever since I've been like, aw, Gabby. When Nico podium.
Yeah.
It's like, I wouldn't say, I'm not a huge Isaac fan. Like, he's fine. I like Isaac. I'm just not like Jamie, where I like love Isaac. I don't like Liam. Liam's my least favorite on the grid. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of meh on Carlos. Fernando and Lance, I'm kind of meh. I don't like Lance. I liked Lance, and then he went to Israel, and now I like him significantly.
Yeah.
Let's see. I like Esteban, but not enough to like. He's not better than Ollie or Alex for me.
I think it's just Ollie and Alex. I think you just need to give in.
Alex. I like Kimmy too, though. I don't know. I don't know.
She really likes her top 3, and
probably Ollie, and it's probably Alex then Ollie, but that's very tentative.
I'm very confident in my top 5 now.
It's hard. They move around.
They do move around.
My top 3 has been solid for a very long time, and then after that, I'm like,
Yeah, because like at the beginning of the season, I was like, ooh, Charles, but then I remembered how much I like Max, so...
Yeah.
I think specifically with him and George in Spain, I think that's when I was like,
Fair. That was so funny, though. I'm sorry.
I love my Mad Max moments. Like,
is the second Checo's back, Checo has a very good chance to enter top 5 almost immediately. Yeah. I really like Checo.
I like him too.
His name's Checo. It's fun to say. I think he's funny, but like unintentionally so. So the second Checo's back, I'm gonna go Checo and just suddenly start rooting for him.
I think
so,
all of my past drivers that like have a chance of getting super high up in my top 5 will never come back. So
I didn't think Checo would come back.
No, I was pretty confident he would come back. It's his big FU to Red Bull.
Started with Cadillac, but I didn't after he left Red Bull. I really like Kimi Räikkönen. He was my favorite like historical driver, and I liked Nico, but they're both
very retired. Very retired.
I don't think they're ever coming back.
Because like,
the grid, so it's not a concern.
I also like Nico. I like him as a commentator and him at the races. He's a chaos king.
He's so good.
He's a chaos king, and I love it. I love it.
This weekend was asking, like, after qualifying, Nico was the interviewer, and I didn't realize it at first because I missed the graphic. So the interviewer is asking the most crazy questions. I forget how it was worded, but it was like directly trying to stir drama, and I kept thinking, like, this interviewer is an asshole. And then they revealed who it was, and I went, oh my god, it's Nico, and I was so happy. So it made complete sense why the questions were what they were, and as soon as I realized it was Nico, I was fine with it.
I was fine. Fine. But also, I have, honestly, I think Vettel, if he were to come back, he would be fighting against Oscar. He would be fighting.
I know you do. That's like her favorite past driver.
Yeah, I love Vettel. And then Ricardo is officially never coming back to racing.
Oh, yeah.
He's
my
gone.
Favorite, my actual favorite past driver is Raikkonen, because I think he's just so funny.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
He's not back. So.
Okay. I think that's officially the end now.
Oh, yeah, we blabbed for a while.
After we got distracted again.
Yeah, but it makes for, a real podcast,
Yeah.
The audience needs to get our real message. I hate myself so much. I didn't say that. Okay, Jamie, you're better at outros. You want to do it?
Oh, I'm back to doing outros?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys liked that recap on the Italian Grand Prix. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, Spotify. YouTube and Spotify is where you can find these long form podcast episodes. Definitely leave likes and follow us. And we also have short form on Instagram and TikTok. And then Olivia runs really funny just her thoughts on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads.
It's meant to be for sports. However, I really like reality television, and I get angry sometimes, so I just start tweeting so the world does.
If you're watching...
So yeah, my thoughts do come out.
Yes.
If you're interested, follow.
Obviously, if you're watching on Spotify or YouTube, I think everything is linked for these, so you can go find all of that through there. Otherwise, it's at 2OJ Podcast, 2OJ Pod, or OJ Pod. Hope you guys liked it, and bye!